Hello, last lesson we have talked about the linear function and how to, from a graph, we can write the linear function of our graph. So this lesson we're going to look at is the graphing lines from the equations. So we are doing chapter 12D. So chapter 12D, graphing lines from the equations. So last time we have talked about the equation of line can be given either a gradient intercept form, and we haven't talked about a general form, but in this video we're going to talk about general form as well. So firstly we're going to look at how to draw a graph, how to graph a line from the gradient and intercept form. So gradient and intercept form, we have the standard formula for that is y equals mx plus c. In this case, where m is the gradient and c is the y-intercept. So now I'll give you two examples. So example, first y equals 5x takes 3, and the second example is y equals negative a half x plus 4. So can you please tell me what is the gradient and what is y-intercept? So this is the standard gradient intercept form, so easily we will see 5 will be the gradient, and the negative 3 actually is the whole figures behind the x will be the y-intercept. And in this case, will be everything that before x will be a gradient, so that's a half. Negative a half will be gradient, and the 4 will be or positive 4 will be your y-intercept. So now you might ask, if I know gradient, if I know y-intercept, how can I draw a line? So what we are going to do is to use this example to show you how to draw. So on the book we have examples 4. So graph or draw the line y equals 3 over 2 x take 4. So firstly this is the gradient and intercept form.
Good afternoon, everyone. Just an announcement that this afternoon's session of Karunda's Got Talent is going to be shifted. So it's going to be in the language room at lunchtime. So we hope to see all your smiling faces in the language room for the last one of Karunda's Got Talent. Thank you.
Sorry about that interactions, the notice. Okay, so go back to, then we have the gradient, which is 3 over 2. We can read it straight away from that. And our intercept is negative 4. So y-intercept is negative 4. The information that gave us the y-intercept, that means our graph is cut the y-axis at negative 4. So in this case, I can draw my graph. So it will cut at negative 4. So we're going to draw our Cartesian plan. X and y, because it says cuts negative 4, so I will draw the positive line a bit shorter and leave more space for the negative part. So that's my y and that's x. So just put negative 4 in there. So you don't have to draw a scale, you just need to mark where is the point 4. So this is y-intercept, is cut in here. So if we only have one point, we can't draw a graph because your graph may look like that, looks like that, looks like that. So that's why we need our second point. How can we work out to find our second point is to look at the gradient. Because the gradient is 3 over 2, that means the top one is y step. The bottom one will be give you the x step. Remember, because the gradient formula, that we learned from the previous lesson is equal y2 take y1 over x2 take x1. That's mean that's y steps and that's x steps. So what you're going to do is go to, because that's positive 2, that's mean we're gonna go to the right for 2 units. Go to the right for 2 units, then goes up for 3 units. So I just goes up for 3 units because that's positive 3. So then that will be, we can find our second point. So start with your y-intercept, go to the right for 2 units because that's positive 2, and go up to 3 units because that's positive 3. So then I got the 2 points. So now I can draw my graph. And that graph is y equals 3 over 2x take 4. Here we go. And I'm done for that. So the second video, another video later, going to show you how to draw a line of the graph by using the general form.